I just don't care. And I think that's a worse reaction in some ways. Why, hello there everybody, welcome back to MNM Movies, and today we are going to be ranking the entire Star Wars universe. I have just watched the Mandalorian and Grogu movie. I'll let you know my thoughts on that today, as well as the recent Star Wars Maul Shadow Lord TV series. So there's quite a few things to go through here, so we got them in a little tier list. Guys, you won't even believe this, I watched The Acolyte for this. I hadn't watched The Acolyte until basically yesterday, and I watched it all, so I'll let you know my thoughts on it. That being said, there are 3 things I haven't watched, and that's Resistance, Skeleton Crew, and Tales of the Underworld. Now, there's a reason for each of these. Basically, you'll never find me watching Resistance. I don't particularly care about the era it's in, and why should I check it out? Nothing, not a single inch of it interests me, so I never will. I've heard it's terrible anyway, so yes. Skeleton Crew, I might watch it at some point. It was at a time where Star Wars was going through a really rough period, and I just couldn't really care less. Tales of the Underworld, I didn't even know this released until like a few months ago. I had no clue this existed, so that's why I haven't watched it. I might go on to watch this at some point. Let me know if I should watch any of these. Now let's get straight into it. If you guys are new here, mate, shit, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why haven't you subscribed yet? Because we're doing plenty videos at the stage. We're doing these long tier list videos. If you like that sort of content, I'm going to keep doing it. You liked my last horror movie one, we'll keep it going for you guys. First up, we have Book of Boba Fett. This is all in a random order, by the way. This was very disappointing. Let's just get that out of the way. Is this the worst Star Wars show? It might be. I don't know though. Look, for now, we're going to stick it in bad. The Book of Boba Fett just doesn't understand Boba Fett as a character. And unfortunately, Boba Fett is just once again put to the side. He's all about going around trying to earn respect. And I thought at the end of season 2 of The Mandalorian, where he's just been so badass the whole season, and then he takes over the throne in the end credit scene of Jabba the Hutt. This was set up to be great, and we had those Tusken Raider episodes. It created the thing I meme on the speeder bike, but apart from that, the best episodes were when the Mandalorian turned up in Boba Fett's own series. So Boba Fett's cast to the side quite a lot. We get Cad Bane in live action. Not sure how I feel about his character design, but it's not awful. Boba Fett is sidelined in his own show. We get the stupid juvenile RoboCop kids with the stupid motorbikes. You get one of the worst scenes in Star Wars where the guy spins around. I'll play the clip for you, just for your memory. It's just really disappointing because Boba Fett is never going to get a proper character study or anything. It's just, whatever we've got with him has been disappointing, to say the least. So, yeah, bad. And we get to a banger, and that's episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. It's probably the most difficult one to rank here in this entire list, purely because it's one of my favorite Star Wars movies of all time. I grew up with this one. It has some of the best scenes in Star Wars, the best Star Wars fights, choreography. Has one of the best openings in any Star Wars film. The only thing is the writing is a bit inconsistent. It suffers from episode 2 and 1 in particular, and Anakin's fall to the dark side isn't particularly well set up, I will say. Hayden Christensen has probably his best performance here, although it's like, guys, the only thing, this has the best memes out of any Star Wars movie. It has every single meme. Ian McDiarmid as Darth Sidious here. Do it. So many things, and I'd be lying to myself if I just put it in good. So I'm going to put in great. I love it. Even if, hey, the narrative, the plot, maybe doesn't work. I understand that. But regardless of how I feel about that, Revenge of the Sith will always hold a place in my heart, and I'll remember it because it is fun. It was fun to be a Star Wars fan and watch this movie. So great it is going to go. From such an incredible high with Revenge of the Sith to an incredible low with The Last Jedi. Cinematography, check. Anything else? Rian Johnson did not understand Star Wars, and there are people who are like, hey, maybe it's not a great Star Wars movie, but maybe it's just a good movie from someone who doesn't watch Star Wars, and I don't even believe that's true. There's so many inconsistent things from a script here. The script is not great at all. You have that stupid casino planet where it's about saving the animals, and like, come on, shut up. Why would we care about that in a Star Wars movie? And Rey is stupid in this. It's just like Luke's character. He's not understood. And I understand people might be like, oh, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. So I am going to put in bad. I'm not going to put it in terrible, but I think it is a bad story. I just think Rian Johnson didn't really understand how Star Wars worked. Whether that's all his fault, I'm not too sure. But next up, we got Maul Shadow Lord. This one just came out recently this year, and I had mixed feelings on it, because from an action standpoint, it's really fun, and Darth Maul's always fun to watch on screen, and you get Darth Vader in the end. Yeah, it's awesome. But I guess my biggest issue with Maul is we have seen this before, guys. It's nothing new. Even with the Darth Maul character, we don't learn anything new about him. There's some cool character moments, but like Maul is the exact same as he always is, and do we really need to focus on him in this time period, always in this small stretch? Why don't we go before when he was growing up learning how to be a Sith Lord with Sidious? Why can't we do that? Like, that's completely unexplored territory, and there's many years to work with. I do like the character of Devon. I think she's probably one of the more compelling female characters we've gotten in Star Wars for a while. Not that that bar is very highly set. I think her master, Master Bocce? I forgot his name, but I felt like his character was a bit inconsistent at times with his reasoning. And yeah, there were a lot of side characters I couldn't really care less about. And I just feel like we're doing the same thing over and over here, even if this is probably one of the better animated shows that we've gotten recently. So I'm gonna... Guys, do I put in good? Is it a good show? It really did deliver kind of towards the end, and I thought the Inquisitors were really good. There's also lots of power inconsistencies with the power levels. Like, sure, Darth Maul's injured, but he any day is wrecking those Inquisitors, especially the one that got murked by Ahsoka so easily in Tales of the Jedi. I don't know, guys. I'm going to put in good, just because I did like it. I did enjoy the show. I do have issues with it, and it's just the same problems every time. So it's closer to being good than it is mad, but it is in between. Empire Strikes Back, we're firing here, guys, and this is the greatest Star Wars film of all time, and I'm not just saying that because everyone else does. If you watch it, it's got the sauce, it's got the gravy, the Star Wars gravy it must have, because Yoda is... Everything with Yoda is great on Dagobah. That's just one... I don't know why I focused on that. You got the most iconic moment in all of Star Wars with Darth Vader revealing his Luke's father. It just, and even Hoth, you know, the first bit, iconic. All the 80s and all the battles in this movie are great. The final, the showdown between Luke and Vader is really good. It's got the sauce, guys. So, of course, it's one of my most watched as well. Andor. Is Andor in GOAT as well? I think it is, guys. I think Andor is one of the greatest things Star Wars has ever made, and it's so surprising, Disney. Tony Gilroy is behind this, of course, and he's the one who basically gave us some good Star Wars for once. And in my opinion, he should be the one in charge at Lucasfilm, maybe not Dave Filoni. Dave Filoni can be a creative... I don't have my trust in him, let's just put it that way. Andor, it starts off slow. That's probably the only thing. I think the first season, it does take a little bit to get kicking. It is paid off, but I still think it was a bit slow. Episode 10 of season 1 is one of the greatest episodes of Star Wars, period, with the prison escape, with Andy Serkis's character's speech was insane. Man, Andor, season 2 is better, way better than season 1, delivers on absolutely every front, and it's just got the scope that the other shows don't. It feels massive, even if it's like, I guess, a smaller story is focusing on smaller elements of the Empire and the Rebellion, but it's just as important, and it's got the size, it's got everything that... Like, yes, it has a huge budget, of course. They probably made a big loss on this, but it was at a great cost, in my opinion. So, Andor's one of the greatest things Star Wars has put out. Next up, we have Tales of the Jedi. The Count Dooku storyline is really good here, and I really like everything with Count Dooku and his fall to the dark side. Yes, the episodes are really quick. I really don't like the setup of this. I like the idea of little stories, but I just think number one, they should have made that the entire story. Like, that should have been the 6 episodes rather than going into it with Ahsoka, which is the weaker part here. I just felt like we're treading on the same ground over and over again with her. The Count Dooku stuff is golden. So, look, I'm going to put in good, but yeah, the Ahsoka would be in the meh. I did like Tales of the Jedi. I thought there was some good stuff in there. Next up, we got Return of the Jedi, and I think this is great, guys. I love Return of the Jedi. In fact, I'm going to put it over Revenge of the Sith. Mate, I love it. Okay, Jabba's Hut, first bit, not the greatest, but not horrible, right? And then Ewoks, yeah, sure, why not? But everything in that throne scene with Darth Sidious and Darth Vader and Luke is, again, the sauce. It's the sauce, right? It's the chipotle sauce, if you want. It's the spicy stuff that we come to Star Wars for. And hey, this might be a hot take, but that throne scene is the best part of the original trilogy. It just is. And if the rest of the movie was better, it would be in go. It's just that, like, there's parts in Revenge of the Sith that are better. But Return of the Jedi, I just have a very fond memory of. I grew up with it, obviously, so I think it is great. Next up, we have The Force... Oh, is this... No, this is The Rise of Skywalker. Very different opinion there. See, all the posters are the same, guys. They're all the same. Remember when they used to be good? Yeah, this is Rise of Skywalker. In that case, terrible, terrible, terrible. Rise of Skywalker sucks. And I keep sniffing. I've got a bit of a cold, if you haven't realized. Rise of Skywalker is everything that's wrong with Star Wars. No plan, no vision. J.J. Abrams brought back and he did an awful job. Tried to correct the mistakes of The Last Jedi and in fact made it worse. So there you go. Rey is the worst in this. She's the absolute worst. There's no redeeming qualities. The score is just lazy as well, which is the one thing that Star Wars has always gotten right. And how lazy it was to bring back Darth Sidious. That's obviously one of the biggest errors here. It's just a terrible movie, guys. You can't change my mind. Obi-Wan Kenobi. Speaking of disappointing, guys, how more disappointing can you get than the Obi-Wan Kenobi show? This was supposed to bring Star Wars back. I'm sorry, it was. This should have been a movie, number one, and it's great seeing Ewan McGregor back. It's nice seeing Hayden back as well. But apart from that, guys, the story sucks. I just think of that Leia scene when she's running away and the ferns get in the way and that stops the evil people chasing her. And you get a nice fight between Darth Vader in the last scene, but it's too little too late. The rest of the show sucks. There's so many poor decisions. Reva is the main focus of a lot of the show, when it should be Obi-Wan Kenobi, and she's a really, really frustrating character. Not that it's Moses Ingram's fault, and I hate when actors just like bring it to racism. Sure, there's some racist folks out there, but that's a very small minority compared to the majority that thought it was just a poorly written character and very badly written. And the actor's not that bad. It's just the actress, sorry. It's just, it's a poor character in a bad show, and it just feels really cheap. They clearly didn't put enough budget into Obi-Wan Kenobi, the show. I'm going to put in bad, guys. It's better than Book of Boba Fett, but I'm going to say it's way more disappointing. That's for sure. It's not looking good at the moment. Is The Force Awakens. I'm going to chuck this in meh. A time ago, I would have put it in good, because it is a lot of fun, despite everything. I think it is fun. I think the group of characters gel well together. Han Solo got killed. I thought maybe that was a poor decision, and bringing Luke in right at the end was really annoying. Yeah, so The Force Awakens is a bit disappointing, but it is brought down a lot by the next two movies. So even if I did enjoy it at the time and it was fun to be a Star Wars fan again. Solo is next. Solo. What happened in Solo? This is a fun little adventure, and I think the actor who plays Han Solo, it's no Harrison Ford, obviously, but he doesn't do a bad job. I don't mind the little adventure we get. We got Darth Maul showing up. We got lots of little things that happen here. I'm going to put in meh. It's not that bad. I enjoy it to some extent, but really isn't anything special, and nobody asked for it, so yeah. And then next up, we have the Bad Batch. I'm really mixed on this one, guys. I'm going to put it in meh. It's not bad. It's just, maybe it's above Solo, but season 3 is better. But it really feels like this one's for kids, and there's a lot of filler. Like, if you thought the Clone Wars had some filler or the Mandalorian, this is filler central, guys. Omega's annoying at best, and I don't mind the group. It's too kiddie. It's too much of a kids show for me. I'm gonna put in meh. Ahsoka, unfortunately, is going to meh. It had some good episodes. I liked the Anakin episode, but at the same time, it didn't really mean anything. And Dave Filoni just didn't give a good enough answer because he couldn't give a good enough answer, not because it's mysterious or whatnot. Ray Stevenson is the shining light in this series. What's his character's name? Bro, it's been so long. Wow, I can't think of it, but his character is really good in this Padawan as well. I just really like their take, and he brings this gravity to the character. Rest in peace. It really sucks that he's gone because he was the best part of that show. So I don't know how they're going to manage on season 2, but Ahsoka's a really bland character, and she's probably the worst part of the show, guys. I just didn't really like her portrayal. She's not animated. I know she's supposed to be brooding and what. Shut up. No. You get a lot of Rebels characters here. and Admiral Thrawn's in this, but he gets outsmarted way too easily for me to even care about him. So yeah, I think there's some interesting concepts in Ahsoka. It's just the execution's a bit weak in my opinion. The Acolyte, guys. I watched The Acolyte for you. I didn't want to watch it. I was trying to stay clear. I heard very bad things about it when it came out, and I just couldn't be bothered checking it out, guys. I've watched it. Is it as bad as people are saying? There's some episodes that are okay, guys. That's what I'll say. There's some okay episodes, but it has easily the worst episode of Star Wars of all time with episode 3 and the witches and the power of one, power of two, power of many. Like, is that the worst scene in all of Star Wars? I think it is. I think it is. Worse than anything The Rise of Skywalker could come up with, or The Last Jedi. And the biggest issue with this show is it's written by idiots. At least with The Last Jedi, you have some competent filmmakers who know how to make it look pretty. Have some sort of logic in their brain. They just put an idiot to write this. I don't know how Leslie Headland, is that her name? She's the one who thought that R2-D2 was a lesbian. So clearly she has no idea what she's doing. Sol isn't too bad in terms of his actor. The actor who plays him, he's from Squid Game, I think. He was pretty decent acting wise. Everyone else sucks at acting in the show. Like our main Osho, whatever her name is, she doesn't know how to act, period. And there's a lot of bad acting across the board. So bad acting, the story makes no sense at all, and it's not anything visually great either. So I'm going to put in terrible, guys. It is really bad. So I was thinking it was going to be the worst thing I've ever watched, and it's not that, but it is really bad. Mandalorian and Grogu. I have just watched this in the cinema this morning. Say what you want about all these ones down here, but at least I felt some sort of way towards it. There's nothing in the Mandalorian and Grogu that got me going. Nothing is important. No, like the whole story is so inconsequential. There was no reason for me to go watch this, guys. So if you think there's any, look, the only positive is there's no cameos, I guess, but I would have rather that at this point than what we got. It's like they got 2 episodes of The Mandalorian, 2 filler episodes, and put it into a movie. That's what it is, guys. Just wait till it comes out. I'm gonna look, guys. It's not as offensive as these ones. I'm gonna put in bad, guys. I think it is still bad, but it's at the top of bad. If you're really generous, maybe it could be here. I just don't care, and I think that's a worse reaction in some ways. So yeah, don't waste your money, guys. Don't waste your money like I did. Star Wars Rebels. Look, the cartoon, the animation, especially in the first 2 seasons, is very childish and is way worse than the Clone Wars style. That is a knock to it, and especially the first season's very kid oriented, but it's not bad. And the later it gets, the more mature it gets, and there's some really great episodes of Star Wars here. So I'm gonna put in good. It is better than the Darth Maul series. There's some really great stuff in Rebels, so I would recommend checking it out. The Clone Wars is a show I grew up with as well. I think I started watching the first season when I was maybe 9 or 10, so I did grow up with this. First 2 seasons aren't great, and actually, let's just do the movie, guys. The movie is bad. It is a bad movie. We'll put it probably there. The Clone Wars is a bad movie. It's just a few episodes of the Clone Wars. The animation sucks, and the story is really basic. Sorry for brutally murdering it. The Clone Wars TV show has some of the best Star Wars of all time. It also has lots of errors and plot inconsistencies, as it probably would. And even the last season has some issues, but Siege of Mandalore was great. So look, I'm going to chuck the Clone Wars. I'm going to chuck in great, but at the back, because there is a lot of filler. There is a lot of filler, but if you can get past that, Darth Maul's awesome. Sam Witwer does a great job voice acting him. Count Dooku is disappointing, but you get some really good arcs here. So, but then does it drop into good? Guys, there is a lot of filler. You don't understand. There's some Jar Jar Binks episodes. I'm gonna put in good, guys. I can't really compare it to the other movies up here. Just know there is some great and goat stories in there. It's just there is a lot of meh and a few bad episodes too. But I don't blame you if you put in great. Tales of the Empire is significantly worse than Tales of the Jedi. I'm gonna put in meh, probably back here. You get some interesting stuff with the stuff with Barriss Offee's character is good to mid. There's some interesting scenes, and it's a good storyline, I guess. But why on earth guys, why on earth would you choose Morgan Elsbeth as one of the main stories here? Morgan Elsbeth is probably the most boring character you could have chosen. R2-D2 would have been more interesting to follow a series on. Even a mouse droid, no, okay, maybe not a mouse droid, but you get one cool scene with General Grievous hunting witches. That's it. Why would anyone care? And I don't. And yeah, so it is a meh. Very close to bad. You know what's always better than Tales of Empire? Rogue One. Rogue One is a great movie. I love Rogue One. No, I'm gonna get out of the way. The Darth Vader, always seen as the best. It is like top 3 best Star Wars scenes of all time. Princess Leia as well. That connective tissue is really great. And it's just a fun story all up, even if all the characters do get disposed of in the end. But yeah, there's some really high stakes in here. Jyn Erso is not a memorable character. I don't know how I remember her name, but everyone else is really cool. Andor's decent in this, but nowhere near as good as in the Andor show, of course. So it is great. We'll put it there. Episode 2, the Attack of the Clones. Is Attack of the Clones good, guys? I'm going to put it meh. It's not great, guys. It really isn't. Count Dooku's an interesting character, but they didn't execute great with him. Don't know what happened with the CGI here. It looks pretty terrible. And Jango Fett is stupid in this, and there's a lot of stupid characters, and the acting is pretty terrible across the board. But there's some fun. There is some fun with the prequels. I'm going to put in meh. A New Hope is great. New Hope is a great Star Wars movie, and it was the first one. It's literally the hero's journey. This is the original hero's journey, guys, and it's done to perfection. It's a perfect narrative, and for that, it goes into great. Even if the lightsaber scene, it looks stupid, obviously, and there's lots of effects that don't hold up, but they held up at the time, man. They were influential. So I can't go lower than great. The Mandalorian TV series. This is a hard one to rate, as the first 2 seasons are really good. There's some filler episodes, of course, but there are some great Star Wars. Unfortunately, the 3rd season is bad. It is bad with some okay episodes. Jack Black and Lizzo are in season 3. So I'm going to put in good. It's better than these shows, just because it really did bring some life back into Star Wars. Season 2 finale is... The last, 3 or 4 episodes of season 2 are so good. But yeah, we're going to put Mandalorian above Maul Shadow Lord there. Could have been great, but they really botched that last season, guys. And now the movie sucks even worse. So, yeah. Episode 1, Phantom Menace. I have a soft spot for the Phantom Menace. I watched it maybe more than most of these movies, except maybe Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi, and Revenge of the Sith. I just have so many memories. I love... Obviously, Jewel of the Fates is so great. Everything about it is perfection, but I am fond of the story, even if I can even admit it's very poorly crafted. So look, I'm gonna put in good just for the memories and nostalgia sake, guys. So maybe that's unfair of me, but I have put it in good. That's my Star Wars ranking. There's a bit of favoritism and bias, as you would expect. I'd love to argue with you guys, as long as we keep it respectful in the comments, but let me know your thoughts on any of these. What's your ranking? I'll link my tier list below, because I created this one because I'm cool. So check it out. Thanks for tuning in for this. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you want to see more tier list rankings like this, let me know, because I do very much enjoy ranking them. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.